untitled.strategy.com.
Hello, this is Daniel Grady with a quick look at the markets for today, Tuesday, May 27th. The economic calendar is pretty much dominated by the United States today. At 8:30 GMT, we have a private measure of housing loans from the United Kingdom, which could generate some volatility in British equities, though that's not expected all that much. At 12:30 GMT, we have durable good orders from the United States, which is a key component of the American economy. At 1:45, we have composite and services PMI from the United States, which can generate volatilities in equities. But the major event of the day is most likely going to be around 2 o'clock when we have consumer confidence from the United States. Also at the same time, we have the manufacturing index from Richmond. And then half an hour later, we have manufacturing activity survey by the Dallas Fed. Moving over to the markets, the S&P 500, the American and UK stocks were closed yesterday. But a quick note about Friday's record high. It was achieved during relatively low trading. This is the second lowest volume that we had so far this year. So even though there's a new record, we're not looking at all that much strength on the upside. During the Asian session early today, Asian markets moved on slightly on the downside, but going into today, S&P 500 futures are trading up by a further 0.3%, pointing towards a somewhat optimistic outlook going into the major events that will be coming up today. The euro, as expected, it had a slight rebound yesterday. It came up to our resistance level here at 136.60. Yeah. Going into the session today, the RSI is still showing that this pair is oversold. However, yesterday we had a speech by ECB President Mario Draghi in which he said that the ECB is likely to consider inflationary pressures during its next meeting, and that could generate some downward pressure on the euro. So we're looking at support at 135.80 at the moment, and we might have a continuing move for continuing correction, but it's relatively unlikely, towards resistance at 137. The pound, there wasn't all that much movement yesterday, and not all that much movement so far in the pound today. We don't have any major events to affect this currency pair. So we're looking at it keeping within its channel of support at 168.30 to resistance at 169. Similar situation here when with the dollar yen. It's still keeping within its range of 101.25 support and resistance at 102.25. And we don't have any more new data for gold with UK and American markets closed yesterday. So we're still looking at resistance at 1,310 and support at 1,280. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching and happy trading.